Hey guys, how we doing? This time we're going to look back at another photo bin. I was thinking for a while I needed to save these things, but in taking more of a look at it on my external hard drive, I can see that I don't. I don't get them out there. Thunder Mountain Speedway, May 26, 2007. And anybody who's driven there knows this road real well because this is where you come up to the track. Very scenic area, kind of place where you don't need pictures on the walls, you just need big windows, and that's all there is to it. But beautiful country up there. And here's not quite to the top of the hill, but this is where you sign in. We're going to look at some of the guys here. I remember this guy was a lawyer. Obviously his last name is Yetter. I can't think of his first name off the top of my head. And again, I don't know a lot of the guys in this bin, so I'm very sorry, because again, this was 15 years ago now. It's hard to believe how quickly the time has gone by. Greg Tadich here, one of the Hart cars here, one of the Hart logging cars. They had a whole bunch of them at one time. And there's Greg. And Greg, we miss you, man. He's no longer with us. So hopefully you enjoy racing in heaven. And here's the part that always gets me with my bad knees, is that walk up from the pit road. This is the exit from the racetrack looking up. And that was the part that always got to me right there. You know me, I always get to these places nice and early so I can see how things are going, how they work the racetrack. And this was, Thunder Mountain at this time, just so racy. And one of the weird things about it, I heard it wasn't quite this way this past year, but again, I didn't make it down there to see for sure. But one of the biggest things about it is that the racetrack actually gets faster as the night goes on. It's one of the few racetracks that I know of that actually does that. I don't know if it's got to be something in the clay, but it's amazing. This is really an interesting class. I remember this guy too, him and his dad. Good guy. Love the picture too, because you can see the grandstand and the tower in the background. And again, a lot of folks here that I just don't get to see much anymore. And whenever I see a smiling face in the pit area, obviously new air filter for this guy here, picked up at his local Napa store. 600 modifies, the XL modifies, that's how you get into them right there. You get in through the top. But this, I don't know if this was a special they were doing or what, but they had a ton of these things. There you can see how the chain actually hooks up. These are chain driven, but they get a bunch of these things down there, and they had a bunch of them on this night too. Very fun to watch, very racy little cars. You could even rent one if you wanted to. I'm not sure if you can still do that now, but I remember that car, and a lot of people did get behind the wheel of that. So there was a lot of them, and I don't know how this guy even fit in the car. So good for you, man. A little tight in there for him, and then an older gentleman here. So it was a nice mix of people that you saw in these cars when you were down there. And of course, I always like these longer shots here, and you can see some clouds moving in, but in this day there was nothing to worry about. Here's one I like just because it's the basic tape number on the side, no graphics, no nothing. We just barely made it here today. And those are the guys I always like to follow when I'm at the racetrack, because you can tell they just barely made it there. So Monte Carlo street stock. Don't remember this gentleman's name. I believe it was the guy who was driving the Monte Carlo. Paul Jensen, former Outlaw Circuit champion, former Fulton Speedway champion. Talk about a guy who's done it all. He has right there. These folks, I don't remember their names, and I wish I did, because they were so nice, such a nice couple, and I talked with both of them, and that's why I made sure that I got a picture. So as you can see, we're heading out for hot laps now, getting ready for the first laps of the day at Thunder Mountain. And look at that racing surface, huh? How nice does that look, right? A couple of stock cars getting ready to go. I believe this is Kevin Jordan. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Wade Decker. And you know, I just did this. They got everything laid out. They're all set. Got a couple of spares for the trailer if they need it. That's the way racing works. You know, you better be ready, or when something does happen, you're not going to be able to go. Joey Colston, and there's Mike Colston. I got a nice picture of Mike coming up here. Mike, we miss you, man. Talk about a guy who, I remember we were explaining something one time, and I was trying to explain it. There's father and son. And I was trying to explain it. I didn't have it quite right. And Joey's, no, Doug, what we do is, just the way he said it. It was just so cool. He wasn't putting me down. He's just like, no, let me explain this to you. He was just that kind of guy. And so, I miss you, man. A little hot dog here. They're almost done at the driver's meeting, getting ready to head out. Love the grandstand there with the concrete. Lots of room. You can spread out, bring your lawn chair. And, of course, I like this. We've seen, like, the topless late model races. This is the topless water truck race here. So it's a convertible. So you can feel the breeze. Of course, get ready. Heat races now on the racetrack. And, again, I've always liked this place. And look at the view. Man, it's almost worth going to this place, even if you don't like racing, just to take a view and look at the scenery around there with all the fields and everything. Again, I'm a fan. of Thunder Mountain. And here you can see this was a heat race, and you got 7. I don't know how many were in the heat, but you got 7 of them turned around down there in turn number 1. So a bad start to the night for the XL Modifieds. The street stocks back in 2007 were starting to get pretty serious down there. And you can see, and they did a lot of good cars. And of course, you could always tell the Modifieds because they had the big old sail panels on the side. And as long as the sun was out, I could get some pretty good pictures with my little Nikon cheapo $69 Walmart camera. But as you can see, they're having fun there. And again, beautiful backdrop. So it's starting to get later in the day here, so I can't get a heck of a lot more pictures when it gets dark. But look at the crowd. Nice bunch there. Good food, affordable food at Thunder Mountain. And here's the pure stocks right here. And these are pure stocks right here. And I missed that. About hobby stocks about as close as you're going to find to that now. And after the pits, there was still some sunlight, or after the heat races, so I was able to go in and get some shots of everybody, getting ready and ready to have some fun and get on out there. Never seen this guy again. I don't know who he was, but and Greg Tadich had a problem, so he was in there working away. And again, we miss you, Greg. We're sorry you're not here with us. Brian Weaver having some fun here with his familiar 1A. And one of the Spoon Hour boys here, I believe, is who is in this one. There's a lot of them, a lot of Spoon Hours around. Mike Colston, you can see, doing a little bit of work on his car as he gets ready to go out for the features. I just like this shot here because it's, there's a lot of depth to it. The sun, the driver looking at everything, the grader. I just like these kind of shots. Paul Jensen's telling him what to do here. He goes, no, guys, you got to get down there at the bottom a little more. And you can see that the grader grading the opposite way and up in this case. So usually they grade down. So, but again, had a lot of fun there. Can't wait to get back. Can't wait to get out for a midweek show and check out everything that's going on at Thunder Mountain. Like I said, it's always been one of my favorite tracks, and can't wait to get back. They're doing some tailgating and some grilling over here. This is a nice little drive-in section that they had, and you can see it's about feature time here. Probably Concy now that I think about it. But again, miss hitting out there. Can't wait. We're getting closer and closer, everybody. So the next thing you know, we'll be racing again, and hopefully I'll be able to see you guys real soon. Hit the blue E down there in the corner. That'll subscribe you. Kind of put this one up as a bonus clip. Tomorrow I've got one from Syracuse from one of the tech inspection days that I'm going to put up, so make sure to come back tomorrow. Hit the PayPal if you can. We could really use some help. Me being in the hospital a couple times in the last 5 months has kind of set us back, as you can imagine. But we wish you guys all the best. We got 2 more procedures to go. The first one's Friday after next, and then I got another one after that, and then we'll be back to 100%. We're feeling good. We were just uncomfortable and kind of a dull pain from that stupid stent that's in there. So you guys take care, and we will see you soon. Thanks again for watching.